Hi guys, this is Carrie with Fullerton Professional Organizing, and I am here to talk about. Now, we don't have basements here, but we're talking about basements, attics, and garages because there are people that have them. And here in the Rio Grande Valley, we have garages and we do have attics, but it's so hot here that I'm not sure. I know mine is small, so I have a few things up there, but attics are totally different for all different people. But we don't have basements here, like I said. So, what we're going to talk about is when it comes to home organization, most people focus on the visual spaces, the spaces that people are going to see in their home, right? Their living room, mostly, and their guest bathroom. But we rarely spend a lot of time taking care of the storage areas. When it comes to home organization, it's the kitchen, the living room, the bedrooms. But some of the biggest transformations happen in the hidden areas, those basements, attics, and garages. These spaces often are catch alls for when company comes over and we throw things in there, right? Outgrown clothes and the holiday decor, furniture that we are no longer using, but we spent so much money on it that we put it in our basement. All the things that we don't want, we're scared to get rid of, but we no longer use. Those mystery boxes that haven't been opened maybe in years. Organizing them isn't just about making more space, it's about having more space and knowing where everything is, the freedom from the weight, having freedom from the weight of the clutter. Now, what we're going to talk about basements first, even though we don't have those here in the Rio Grande Valley. But basements tend to collect everything we think we might need someday, right? Seasonal decor, hand-me-downs, tools, paint cans, those forgotten hobbies all find their way downstairs. We're going to start by sorting everything into four zones: keep, donate, toss, relocate. Shelving units, clear plastic bins, waterproof storage bags are your best friends here. Label everything clearly and store items by category. The Christmas decor, the emergency supplies. And the bins, the plastic bins are in case there's flooding, right? Sometimes basements flood. Um, so basements are often prone to moisture, pests, and mold. Keeping them organized helps you quickly spot leaks or any damage before it becomes super costly and a problem. And or, orderly basement also frees up emotional space. Instead of feeling weighed down by all the boxes and the someday stuff, you'll walk downstairs and actually know what's there and what's in the boxes and why you're keeping them. True stewardship of your home starts with organization. Now, let's talk about the attic. That is one that in my area, lots of heat. Attics are where family history lives sometimes. Those photo albums, heirlooms, baby clothes, sometimes keepsakes. One time we put a bucket of dry concrete up there because my husband wasn't ready to let go of it. Well, what did it do? It slipped off of the beam and came through the ceiling in the garage, and we had powdered cement on everything, our dirty laundry, the garage floor. So there are things we keep up there, and there are things maybe we shouldn't. So unfortunately, heat and humidity can ruin these items if they're not stored properly, like the basement, decluttering everything and put in acid-free plastic containers, your memorabilia, seasonal bedding, all those things that you want to be able to have access to. So, what do you use the acid-free boxes for? That's for your memorabilia. And the airtight plastic bins for long-term storage. Label everything so you can find it. Keep heavier items closer to the entrance and lighter ones towards the back. When your attic is tidy, just like the attic, it becomes a secure archive for your family story, not a forgotten pile of boxes. It also helps protect your investment. Well organized insulation and airflow prevent damage to the structure of your home. A clear attic makes it easy to find things and ensures that your sentimental treasures stay safe for years to come. Now, let's tackle the garage, because most people do have a garage no matter where you live. Sorry, my rolling chair. Now some people do have carports, but of course, this is for garages. The garage is often the hardest working space in the house. It's part workshop, part storage unit, part mudroom. Sometimes you work on your car. Start by pulling everything out by categories, because pulling everything out at once is possible, but you have to have a whole weekend for that. So, install some vertical shelving. We got ours from Sam's Club, but you need pegboards, clear bins, use hooks, and those bike hooks or bike racks, cords, and tools. Give everything a category and its own zone so everything has a space. The things that you use outside, closer to the front of the garage. Things that you may use in the home, maybe closer to the door that goes into your home. But a well-organized garage means more than just parking your car inside again, which I have never had my car in my garage. So that's a shame, since I am a professional organizer, but it is what it is. It saves you time, it reduces you frustration, and keeps your home safer. No more tripping over cords or digging for a screwdriver. You'll know exactly where things belong. And when something is missing, you'll know that too. Now, it helps protect expensive items like your power tools and your equipment when everything has a place. It's about stewardship, space, and saving your sanity. Organizing your basement, attic, and garage isn't about, again, perfection. It's about purpose. These overlooked areas reflect how we manage the unseen parts of life. When they're cluttered, it creates mental noise. When you're orderly, you feel lighter, more capable. You just know that you can do it with confidence. Creating systems that work for your family helps you be a better steward of the resources and your time. You'll waste less because everything has a place, and you'll feel empowered, knowing your home is serving you, not the other way around. Now, we're going to go over how does someone like me, a professional organizer, how can they help you? Well, most homes have one or more out of sight, out of mind zone, like the basement, attic, and garage. These are the spaces where things get stored just for now, but somehow that now turns into never, right? Or maybe later, years down the road, right? Boxes pile up, tools get lost, and holiday bins multiply over the years. And before long, walking into these spaces feel overwhelming because there's just too much. Now that's where someone like me, a professional organizer, comes in. When you bring in an expert, you're not just hiring someone to move boxes around. You're investing in systems, strategy, and peace of mind, and labels. You'll know where everything is. A professional organizer starts by seeing your space with fresh, objective eyes. I don't have a sentimental connection to your things. Even though I respect your sentimental things and what you want to keep, we aren't emotionally tied to the clutter, and we know how to break large, stressful projects into manageable steps. We walk through your space and that you want, and we look at how you want it to function, right? Together, we talk about how you want it to function. Now, not just how it's been used in the past. Whether you need better storage, seasonal decor, or easy access to tool zone or space to park your vehicle, the goal is to match your lifestyle. Sometimes the biggest difference begins before anything gets moved. Just your vision. When you walk with a professional organizer, you don't have to tackle the emotional, physical labor alone. We guide you through every decision, keeping things simple and judgment free. That's the most important, the judgment free. Together, you and I sort items into practical categories, or I sort them in categories. But first, you and I have to decide what you're keeping, what you're donating, what you're throwing away. Then we decide on where it's going to be located. Things that belong somewhere else in your home. Or does it stay in the garage or basement or attic? Now, for basements, we often uncover forgotten decor, old kids' items, paperwork. In attics, it's usually family keepsakes and memorabilia. I had to wink and squeeze that word out. In garages, it's usually tools, cords, paint, outdoor gear. With the right support, what once felt impossible becomes a little bit easier, surprisingly freeing. Now, once the clutter is cleared, the organizing magic really begins. We need help figuring out what to donate, and then we can do the rest with your vision, of course, in mind. We design systems based on how your family naturally lives and works. Now, in the basement, that might look like sturdy shelving with labeled waterproof bins, or in our garages here in the Rio Grande Valley, storage zones for holidays, tools, and household extras, clear containers for visibility and pest protection. In the attic, it could include lightweight bins, because remember, if they're lightweight, you're more opted to take them down and use them and put them back, possibly. Labeled by category, like photos, heirlooms, bedding. Proper storage materials to protect against the heat and humidity. Logical placement. Heavy items near the entrance, lighter ones up high. In the garage, it might look like vertical shelves for bulk items. Like I said, I bought those I bought mine at Sam's Club. Pegboards for tools. Now, my husband did not want to do that. I bought him a big toolbox with some magnetic stuff to keep his tools organized with all the drawers. Bike and cord hooks to keep the floor clear. Now, once our bicycles went up on the hooks, they never came back down again. So that did not work for me. Like I've said, it's your lifestyle. A clear parking zone and household overflow shelf. You need a clear parking zone and household overflow shelf. Now, our bicycles, let's go back to that. We just leave them down so that we will actually use them. Professional organizers, think like problem solvers. That's actually why I love my job. Every problem is different. Every home is different. Every problem is solved differently. And it's never old, never boring. Maximizing your square footage, protecting your belongings, and making it easier to maintain long term. I try to make it as easy as putting your toothbrush up, brushing your teeth, putting it back. Easy breezy. Now, one of the best parts about hiring a professional organizer is that the results tend to last. You don't just get a clean space, you learn how to keep it that way. And if it doesn't, I can come back and tweak it until it works. Now, I am a big believer that if it takes 6 months to know whether or not it worked. And if it doesn't work and you can't keep it tidy, then we need to either declutter or revamp it. We show the easy maintenance habits such as, doing a quick 15-minute tidy or reset each month. Keeping an out box for donations. That should be in every closet and every garage. Labeling bins clearly so anyone in the house can find the items. Reviewing seasonal storage before adding more. The goal isn't, and I say this in every podcast, it's not perfection, it's progress that fits your life. You'll be able to walk into your basement, attic, or garage and know exactly what's where. The peace of mind just changes how you feel about your garage and possibly your home. Now, professional organizing is about more than just the containers. It's about confidence. When your home storage areas are in order, everything else runs smoother. And you can use the organizing bins that you already have, but it is nice that we have matching bins so that it doesn't clutter the eye. But if you already have bins that work, if it's not broken, then we're not going to fix it and buy all new bins. Stop wasting time searching and give your items. It's about confidence. When your home storage areas are in order and labeled, everything runs a little smoother. You're not going to rebuy items that you can't find. You're going to stop wasting time searching and finally use the forgotten spaces with purpose. Now, at Fullerton's Professional Organizing, we specialize in helping busy families in the Rio Grande Valley, but we do virtual as well, so we can help you no matter where you live. We transform cluttered storage zones into efficient, functional areas that serve your daily life. Now, here We tackle basements, attics, and garages from November to February when the weather is cooler. We're here to help every step of the way. Ready to reclaim your hidden spaces? Are you ready to reclaim that garage? We help families and busy professionals transform storage chaos into calm, functional areas that work year round, whether it's sorting through your boxes or setting up shelving systems. We make it simple, stress-free, and completely customized to your needs and your lifestyle. You can find me on Instagram, Fullerton's Pro Organizing, but on every other platform, it's Fullerton's Professional Organizing. It just wouldn't fit. The whole word professional wouldn't fit on Instagram. All right, guys, I appreciate you and thank you for watching. I will see you on the next one.